In early 1917, the Finland's Conservative Party was split into two factions, the Old Finns, and the Young Finns. The Old Finns wanted to keep ties with St. Petersburg, then the capital of the Russian Empire, and argued against Finland's independence, not wanting to agitate the Russian monarchy, and further limit Finnish autonomy. The Young Finns disagreed. They promoted the idea of an independent Finland without regard to the Russian government's opinion. The Social Democrat Party also advocated for Finnish independence. This all changed when the Bolsheviks attempted to take control of the Russian Empire during the Russian Revolution in November 1917. They became an ally to the Finnish Social Democrats as they shared common ideological grounds. This changed the stance of the Social Democrats, leading them to become pro-Russian. Meanwhile, the Old Finns, in disagreement with the Bolshevik policies, became pro-independence. During the November 1917 election, the coalition representing the pro-independence parties won the cabinet election and immediately moved to make Finland an independent nation with the Finnish Declaration of Independence. Since the Bolshevik ideology believed in people's right for self-determination and condemned any form of imperialism, Bolshevik leader Vladimir Lenin used this as an opportunity to show support for Finnish independence as a showcase of the benevolence of the new Soviet regime. But, the Declaration of Independence, Soviet support and general uncertainty and unrest in the society, encouraged the militant left to try to duplicate the success of Russia's recent revolution. And the Finnish Civil War began shortly after. The revolutionary socialist militia called the Finnish Red Army clashed with the Finnish White Forces, which were loyal to the legal, non-socialist government. The government's forces, assisted by a division of regular German forces and Swedish volunteers, pushed back the Red troops that had controlled the industrial southern regions and won the war within months. Following the Civil War, the Finnish government sought to seek additional security by forming ties with Germany, but this alliance was short-lived due to the defeat of the Central Powers at the end of World War I. Following Germany's defeat, the Finnish government realized it would have to accept the necessity of forming relations with the fledgling Bolshevik Russian government, due to the tide turning towards the Bolsheviks during the Russian Civil War. But, their recent support for the Red Revolutionaries in Finland made the Finnish wary of the Bolsheviks. Since other countries were now also making similar treaties with Russia, like the Treaty of Tartu between Russia and Estonia, the opposition's questioning of the legality and honor of dealing with the Bolshevik government were also dying down. But some nationalistic and right-wing elements in the Finnish parliament criticized the planned treaty as shameful, because they saw it as giving up some of the initial negotiation goals, and shattering their ideals of a greater national state. The treaty confirmed that the Finnish-Soviet border would follow the old border between the autonomous Grand Duchy of Finland and the rest of the Russian Empire. Finland additionally received Petsamo, with its ice-free harbor on the Arctic Ocean, the district that Finland had already annexed from Russia. In 1864, Tsar Alexander II had promised to give Petsamo to Finland in exchange for a piece of the Karelian Isthmus. The treaty also included Finland handing over the contested region of North Ingria to Russia, which effectively disbanded the short-lived Republic of North Ingria. The treaty also had some articles besides area and border issues, including Soviet guarantee of free navigation of merchant ships from the Finnish ports in Lake Ladoga to the Gulf of Finland via the Rivenva. Finland guaranteed land transit from the Soviet Union to Norway via the Petsamo area. Also, Finland agreed to disarm the coastal fortress in Aino, opposite the Soviet city Kronstadt, located on the island of Kotlin. The Finnish outer islands in the Gulf of Finland were also demilitarized. The treaty was subject to controversy during the East Karelian Uprising of November 1921 to March 1922, when the Finnish government allowed volunteers to take part in the fighting. The treaty was broken by the Soviet Union in the winter of 1939, when it started the Winter War against in early